Hello, dear viewer. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Becca from Readings by the Empress and Loving Source Tarot. And today I want to ask you to open your mind to the possibility that something that is a problem in your life right now or a difficulty within you right now could be healed by healing a prior version of yourself. We're going to ask Source for a message that may bring great healing to a prior version of you, whatever comes to mind. Because I think we can become strengthened in this present moment by healing those old things. So that's the focus of this reading. So choose your stone, the one that draws you, and we'll begin. So, healing message for your prior self. Let's see. For those of you who chose the Larimar, and it's a mixture of sky and sea energy, specifically tuned to women. This stone helps, or the female within you, helps restore a connection with the earth goddess and bestows upon you the energy of the sky and the sea. As you meditate, it can help you reach the spiritual plane, even help with angelic connections. Interesting. So you have the Larimar, pile number 1. Okay, so let us see. The healing message for Light Seers Tarot, we have the King of Coins, and we have, whoopsie, the Four of Wands. Okay. For the Arcanum, we have the Four of Wands again, and we have the Seven of Swords. For the Night Waite, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Four of Swords. Okay. Wow. All right. And I will clarify using the Waite Centeniial Deck. Okay. Very interesting. So pile number 1, the moment that you're drawn to from your past might have involved an event. The Four of Wands is very frequently an event. It's maybe a family gathering. It can be a wedding. It can be a celebration of some type. A lot of times involving ceremony of some type. So there may be some healing that needs to come, or even the line, the path not taken, strengthened as a parallel reality. See, I believe all this can free you in today. Interesting. So let's see. And then we also have the Seven of Swords. So you may want healing for something that was sort of underhanded, or could be cutting with this Queen of Swords. Okay. King of Coins. Okay. So there could be some figures of authority here too. Let's see. What have we? Seven of Cups. Something's confusing. It's confusing. This really is about the path not taken, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Success and completion. There is nothing wrong with manifesting greater strength in the present moment by envisioning the path not taken, and maybe going back to protect yourself or to guide yourself in an earlier time. Because there's success, there's completion here. Let's see. What do we have? The Strength card. Oh, so you have these major arcana coming in the clarifying. Doesn't that say a lot? It's almost like you're remembering back to a time, a key moment where there were no major arcana. Where are the major arcana? Right? In your original layout here. But guess what? Now they come in. Now with the clarifying, now with the clarity of today, they come in. We have success. We have completion. We have the world is in your hands. The world is your oyster. We have divine strength and protection. Wow. So this can be about protecting yourself, a younger version of yourself. Right? Let me clarify right here too. The Emperor. Okay. So it might have been a time of confusion too. And now with clarity, you look back and you say, this would have been this is the right thing to do. Or maybe you are reassuring yourself you did do the right thing. But I feel like there's a, reaching back to provide some success, some understanding that you are a success, perhaps, some strength and protection, and maybe an advocate. Sometimes I feel like our guides or God or our higher self can go back into the past with us as our advocate and almost like stick up for that person and say, wait a minute, no, there's something underhanded. There's something that did some harm with the Four of Swords, and that wasn't right. And this is what's going to happen instead, from here on out, that kind of thing. Interesting. This is an interesting kind of exercise we're doing today, but I believe there's power in it. The Tower. Yeah, so we're learning more about a moment that was confusing. There was something underhanded going on that you didn't see. There was something maybe hurtful said, or it was a tower moment where something unexpected happened and it just left in its wake confusion. But now we can go back. You can go back with your guides, your higher self, source, spirit, and sort of authoritatively make decisions on your own behalf, in your own best interests. Advocate, guide. And so there's a lot of power in that right now. I'm hearing from the guides right now. There's a lot of power in this exercise for you. You may find that you are looking at things a little differently. You spend time correcting this. You may find you see things differently now in the present from here on out. Maybe found a little bit of the authoritative, I know what I'm doing, in charge kind of energy this way as well. Maybe can bring something to completion, settle something. All right. Well, I sure hope that's helpful, pile number one. Thank you for going on this journey with me. Welcome to your reading, pile number two. Now you chose the calcite. Positioning the stone in any room or on your person clears all negative energy and washes away bad vibrations. Filled with powerful positive energy, the stone stimulates your muscles and brain, making you feel more energetic and clear-minded. Well, that's lovely. I sure like that. Okay, so that's given as a gift to you from Source today. And let's see what Source has to tell you about looking back to a previous time, your previous self at a previous moment, and maybe correcting some harm done. Let's see. So we have Light Seers Tarot. We have, or choosing a different path. King of Cups. We have the Two of Swords. With the Arcanum deck, we have the Five of Cups. We have the Page of Wands. With the Knight Waite, we have the Six of Coins. And we have the Four of Coins. Okay, and let's clarify. Interesting. Again, no major arcana, same as in this first reading. It's so interesting to me because it's sort of like we're looking back at a moment where was the major arcana? You know, where was my champion? Where was, goodness, maybe even a sense of where was source? Yeah, so let's see. This prior moment may have something to do with, for you, it may have something to do with a road not taken. Because Two of Swords, a moment of indecision, a moment of which way do I go? And things might have been rough during that time with that Five of Cups. And maybe it's a regret that you have. I wish I would have taken another path or something like that. But it was, how could you see? There's a blindfold there. How could you see? And Six of Coins, maybe something looked like a better option because it was, a little was given, but was it enough to make it a good option? And then we have the Four of Coins. It might have been an uncertain time too. So now King of Cups, to me, that's your energy. And this did nothing but improve your intuition and mature you emotionally. But, you know, I believe we can go back and we can build a parallel narrative. And somehow I think that can strengthen us in our daily, in today. It can change things for us in today. So even though you got all that maturing out of it, let's see. What if, instead of path 1, it was path 2? Four of Wands. So I don't know if this was about some sort of event. You know, that can be a wedding, that can be a, yeah, that can be a wedding, that can be a family gathering, a ceremony of some type. Some celebration. Maybe you would have made a different choice. Let's see. The Devil. Okay, for some of you, this is about a situation where either you or somebody close to you really wasn't in complete control here. Maybe there was an obsessiveness, there was a repetitiveness of behavior, or there was a sense of being trapped with somebody. For some of you, this is clearly about a path not taken either into or away from a relationship, a love relationship. Let's go back and ask your higher self, make a different choice. There's no reason we can't benefit from both paths. A parallel reality. Okay, so let us see. The Hierophant. And Chariot. You might have done what you thought you should do with the Hierophant, but the Chariot can pull you up out of that situation. That's sort of like the exercise we're doing now, isn't it? It's sort of like, okay, we are pulling you away from that and we're pulling you into some different choice. Sometimes this kind of exercise can be quite freeing. It can free something that's felt locked up. Okay. Ace of Swords, this is inspiration. Yeah, this could have to do with, instead of a time of uncertainty now you have a greater wealth or greater income coming in, greater health, greater something, like a path taken into greater abundance. Yeah. So today, lovingly speak to your previous self who really did the best they could do without being able to see anything, right? And in a tough time. But now maybe can have the benefit of taking the path not taken as well. Absolutely can. All right. Anything else about that? Right. Maybe also wishing you'd taken an easier path, a more abundant path, or a path, different relational path. Whichever it was for you. This reading to me is clearly bringing in more power as you envision a different way. You can carry the benefits of both paths within you. We have parallel lives, right? All right. Well, thank you, pile number 2. We'll see you next time. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 3. Now you chose the Lapis Lazuli. Balance is what this stone can help with, harmonizing your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical selves. It brings inner peace. That's kind of interesting. Maybe also harmonizing and balancing your past selves. When used with meditation, the beautiful stone opens the third eye and allows you to see inside of yourself, the real you. That's lovely. The lovely spiritual stone, the Lapis Lazuli. Okay, so when we look at a previous self, a prior self, and we meet that prior self, manifesting perhaps, who knows, we'll see. We have from the Light Seers Tarot, we have the 7 of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords. From the Arcanum, we have the Tower. And we have the 7 of Coins. From the Night Waite, we have the Fool. And we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, and I will clarify using the Waite Centeniial Deck. All right, so let us see. You had a tower. This was obviously a tower moment. Or as you go back, you're envisioning a tower moment that would have given you a new beginning, a new epiphany. Almost like, I wish I could let my prior self know. Maybe and let your prior self know something about something that was hidden with the 7 of Swords. Something that was perhaps underhanded, or somebody was taking more than their fair share, or just, there was something going on behind the scenes that you could not see at the time. So let's see what we have to say here. The Justice card. There was an injustice that you suffered, that you wish you could have righted. Or maybe right now we're going into the past and envisioning justice for that prior self, justice for the self that you once were. You're advocating for that self you once were. All right. And King of Swords. There's a lot of authority here. There's a lot of, the King of Swords to meet the 7 of Swords energy, right? Sort of like, I know the truth. The King of Swords is all about the truth, as is the Ace of Swords. So there was a moment where it's important to tell your previous self the truth and sort of advocate for a justice for that previous self. Okay, interesting. Page of Cups. And some good news, some delightfulness, some, a moving into this delightful new beginning kind of energy. And maybe that's the purpose of this exercise today. Righting a wrong that you suffered to free your path forward from that. I really believe that we can benefit from not only the maturing that we underwent as a result of the life we did lead, but as we sort of in spirit make a different choice, or have different kinds of help or resources, advocates for us. And then think about how our life could have unfolded that way. I think that gives that second path of power that can change how we are in the present. So we have the 6 of Coins. Yeah. Help maybe coming to you at a time when you didn't feel like you had enough. Oh, a new era. Maybe you had been going through something that was difficult. You learned a lot, but this exercise brings you into a new era. Very powerful major arcana energy here. A new era. This is about freeing yourself from something, I think, pile number 3, with this Fool card and the Justice card. This is about freeing yourself. Sometimes we can go back to a prior self who didn't know that they were being the extent of the injustice they were suffering, who maybe just didn't know that they deserved better, didn't know that they could speak the truth. And maybe sometimes we're going back to that prior self and speaking the truth, helping that prior self speak the truth and not accept blame, maybe with this Justice card for something. Yeah, it can be that. So this can be very powerful for you today. It can change, it can free you from something, pile number 3. 7 of Swords and 7 of Cups, right? So this was a time where there was confusion. There was something being hidden that you couldn't see. Maybe things had been sort of difficult, pretty difficult. But this can free you with this Tower. Free up some energy for you. Or some faith in a new beginning. Well, I sure hope that is helpful to you, pile number 3. Very interesting reading. Take care, and we'll talk soon.